In the vibrant world of wildlife, clashes between giant animals never fail to take our breath away. One of the rarest and most dramatic encounters is the showdown between the Cape buffalo and the hippopotamus, two true beasts of the African grasslands. Both possess extraordinary strength and an unyielding fighting spirit, making them anything but easy to defeat. So in this life or death battle, who will come out on top? Let's dive into the following video to find out. Together with lions, leopards, elephants, and rhinos, the Cape buffalo is ranked among the Big Five, the most dangerous animals in Africa. With its muscular body, thick skin, and a pair of sharply curved horns like two swords, the buffalo makes any opponent think twice before engaging. And the hippopotamus is no exception. While soaking in the cool water, the hippo is suddenly disturbed by a buffalo. The buffalo boldly takes over the hippo's territory without any hesitation or permission. Not long after, another buffalo appears, also fearlessly approaching the pond to drink and rest. Perhaps this is the only place left with a bit of coolness under the scorching Savanna sun. The peaceful air lingers for a long time, as if both sides have quietly agreed that today there will be no fight. In another turn of events, things didn't end so peacefully. The story begins as a buffalo quietly steps into the water, intending to cool off and relax after a long day under the scorching sun of the savanna. But what it didn't know was that it had just trespassed into the territory of one of the most aggressive and feared animals in the wild, the hippopotamus. With a notoriously territorial nature, the hippo doesn't hesitate to attack anything that dares to come too close. Even apex predators, like crocodiles, tend to think twice before confronting it. Although the buffalo quickly realized the danger and tried to flee back to shore, the hippo was relentless, growling and charging after it. The hippo surged forward with aggression burning in its eyes, showing no sign of backing down. The chase soon turned into a fierce confrontation. With overwhelming strength and explosive fury, the hippo easily overpowered its opponent, forcing the buffalo to retreat in fear. The conflict between buffalo and hippo isn't just a random clash between two massive animals. It's a deeper struggle rooted in instincts of survival and territorial dominance. Buffaloes are constantly on the move in search of water during the harsh dry season. Meanwhile, hippos are extremely sensitive when it comes to their territory, especially the swamps and watering holes where they live and rest. When strangers arrive, disturbing the calm and settling near the water's edge, the hippo sees it as an unacceptable intrusion. For the buffalo, it may simply be a matter of survival, finding water to stay alive. But for the hippo, it can be a direct challenge to its control of the area. This kind of conflict doesn't erupt over food or prey, but over an invisible boundary, one that each species is determined to defend in its own way, either through sheer numbers or through overwhelming solo power, unyielding and fierce. The confrontation with the hippo continues, but this time, the buffalo is no longer alone. Behind it, an entire group of buffaloes is gathered at the riverbank, forming a solid, imposing formation. They are well known for their unity. When one member is attacked, the entire herd is willing to return and fight back. So, what do you think? Will the buffaloes take the upper hand this time? Even when outnumbered and surrounded by a large herd of buffaloes, the lone hippo shows no sign of fear. With its massive build, fierce gaze, and notoriously aggressive nature, it stands firm in the water like a true ruler. This is its territory, the swamp it has defended for years. And for the hippo, no intruder, no matter how many or how strong, is allowed to show dominance or cross the line. Hippos are not troublemakers by nature, but they take territorial defense extremely seriously. Faced with an opponent this aggressive and physically imposing, the buffaloes grow more cautious than ever. Whether by accident or intent, buffaloes often stray into the territory of hippos. Despite the vast size of the watering hole, the hippo shows no tolerance. Instead of letting it slide, it forces the buffalo to back off, firmly asserting its dominance over the swamp. At that moment, an elephant quietly appears nearby, calmly observing the scene. It doesn't interfere, just stands by with a composed posture, watching how things unfold. It's a striking reminder of the kind of authority a hippo holds in the wild, a raw, commanding presence that few dare to challenge. Nature never fails to surprise us. Every scene holds a story full of wonder and thrill. The clash between hippos and buffalo closes with a clear reminder of the brutal laws of the wild. Both animals are icons of grit, toughness, and unstoppable willpower in the natural world. So, who impressed you more? Let us know in the comments below. A blazing red sun hovered on the distant horizon, casting its scorching light down onto the African grasslands. The vast Serengeti stretched endlessly, far beyond the reach of the human eye. Winds swept across the plains, carrying with them dust and the musky scent of migrating herds. Here, in this unforgiving land, a fiery confrontation was about to unfold, a clash where raw survival instinct and the power of the pride would collide. Only the strong and the cunning would walk away alive. A male lion, his thick golden mane darkened by dust, moved silently through the dry grass. His eyes were sharp and cold. This was Makalo, the leader of the pride, a survivor of many harsh seasons. His coat was speckled with dirt and battle scars, each one a testament to the countless fights he had endured. Not far away, a massive herd of buffalo, hundreds strong, grazed across the open savanna. And to the lions, they were prey. But the hunt wouldn't begin just yet. The lions were waiting, watching for the perfect moment. They sought a single weak or straggling buffalo, an easy target, separated from the safety of the herd. And the chance finally arrived when the sky was still dim and the first light of dawn barely touched the horizon. The lions crouched low in the grass, silently creeping toward the buffalo. When they were just a few meters away, one lion lunged forward like a leap from death itself, pouncing on the buffalo and trying to pin it down. But the buffalo was no meek or weak creature. It surged up with tremendous force, fighting to break free from the predator's hold. Daylight had fully broken, making everything around clearly visible. The buffalo's fierce will to survive gave it the strength to break free from the predator's grip. It struggled to run, hoping to escape the jaws of death. Even when surrounded by the pride of lions, the buffalo remained aggressive, charging at any lion that came too close. It seemed as if the buffalo was destined to become a meal for the pride. But then the ground began to shake. Hundreds of buffalo with curved horns and powerful, jet-black bodies charged toward the lions. This wasn't just instinct, it was fury. It was the call of the herd rising in unison when one of their own is threatened. In the wild, no species stands together like the African buffalo. The arrival of the massive buffalo herd made the predators hesitate. They knew better than to face these fierce beasts head-on. Those spear-like horns could easily bring down even the strongest adult lion, even the boldest. The standoff grew tense, the air thick and heavy and still, as if waiting for a single spark to ignite the storm. With their overwhelming numbers, the buffaloes launched the first attack. In that moment, the tables turned. Lions went from hunters to the hunted. The buffaloes charged fiercely, their powerful horns striking like sledgehammers, forcing the lions to flee in panic. The buffaloes didn't kill him. They stood around him, snorting and roaring, but they spared him. The punishment was enough. Makalo was still alive, but perhaps he wouldn't make it through the night. His injuries were too severe. The encounter between the lion and the herd of buffalo was more than just a fight. It was a symbol of the battle between the individual and the collective, between the solitary instinct of a predator and the united strength of the herd. In the wild, no matter how powerful one creature may be, it must never underestimate the force of unity.